Welcome to Let's Learn Jurassic World Evolution. Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to another Jurassic World Evolution Fundamentals video. In this video I want to talk about how to kind of keep yourself organized and keep all the things going in your park that you need to keep going without driving yourself crazy. And it comes down to really your ability to multitask. And I know that some of you who are experienced gamers, especially those of you who play real-time strategy games, and those of you who are just good gamers in general, this is easy stuff for you. You just kind of naturally multitask. You can handle all the stuff that's going on, and it's no problem. But there are others who struggle with it, who really have a hard time keeping everything going. They forget things that are important, and then they go, oh, and slap their head because they forgot to do such and such, and it comes back and bites them. So what I want to do is kind of just give you a rhythm that I've come up with for my own play that just really helps me do things in the right order and keep track of them. Now, and what I'm talking about here is, in particular, just the basic rhythm of how you make sure you keep things going without forgetting. So, for example, it's crucial in this game that you keep expeditions off running all the time. It's crucial that when the time comes and you're ready to do research, that you keep your research queued up and you get it done timely. It's crucial that you take care of your maintenance of your park, like resupplying your feeders and stuff like that. And here comes our first cue to help us. Hear that helicopter coming in? That's a helicopter coming back from an expedition with fossils. And I let that right there where it says go to fossils, I let that be my cue. And the first thing I do is not think about the fossils.
You met the objectives and secured a victory.
I think about my
no less.
contracts. So I hit to see, do I have 3 contracts going? If I do not, I immediately request a new one. And I figure out who do I want one with, and I grab that, and
People
I get
like to
another.
Feel secure. That's our job. This contract enhances our ability to do so.
I get another contract going. Now, why do I do contracts as my first step? Because this could have just as easily said accomplish a successful fossil dig for a carnivore. You know, dig up a carnivore fossil or whatever. And if that's the case, then I want to go off and do that. So I'm going to accept that contract, and we can talk about contracts in a different one. But now that I'm here, now I've got my next management screen. I like to first go to the fossils. After the contracts, I go to the fossils. I see, is there anything I can extract? In this case, it turns out these are fossils I can sell off because I've already had 100% on Ceratosaur. If I'm going to sell these off, make money on them, then I immediately send my dig teams back out. However many I've got, I send them all back out to wherever I want them to dig, and I get them going, and they're back out there. So now we've taken care of contracts. We've taken care of getting our extraction started. We sold off anything that we could sell, and we have a dig team going. And then the last thing I would check is research to see if I have any available research. Now, it just so happens in this particular playthrough at this particular point, I've done all the research. But if there was research available, I would check how I'm doing on my research. Is it time for me to have some more? And then, whenever I hit this, call up my management screen, I would also check up here to see if I have any indicators that tell me I can do something. And anytime I get a contract finish, I immediately go see if I can open up another one. But since we just did it, we're going to have to wait a little while. Now, what would happen if you're not a good multitasker? If you're a great multitasker, you would just intuitively wait, and you would know, oh, I don't have a contract, and then there's some little internal clock that would click for you, and you would hit that button, and you would fire up a new contract, because you want contracts going all the time. As fast, you always want 3 or as close to 3 as you can get going all the time. So again, we want expeditions all the time. We want extractions going as much as we can. We want our contracts. We want 3 contracts, and we want our research fired up whenever we can get it. So what I would do, though, because you will get busy doing other stuff, what I would do is then I would just wait for that lovely helicopter to come back. So when that helicopter comes back and I get that message that says go to the fossil center, that tells me to then repeat my process. Check my contracts, do my extractions, sell off anything that's sellable, fire off more expeditions, check my research, and wait for the cycle to repeat. So now the basic running of the park is taken care of. Then the other thing that you would do is with your rangers in terms of maintaining the park. Anytime that you would get like such and such a feeder needs, you'll have a feeder that'll pop up red, and you'll get a message saying up here, you'll have a red message that says, hey, you've got a feeder that needs to be topped off. And then you would just go, let's say it's this one. I would just go out and grab that one first, and then I would queue up my rangers. And I would always, when I would send them out, I would always have them do as many tasks as I could queue up. So now I don't have to think about it. So there's 5/6 of their tasks that they would need to do for replenishing or resupplying already taken care of. And guess what? Now here comes my fossils again. So rather than going to fossils, I'm going to go to my contracts. Oh wait, I only have 2 open. Good. I can open another one. And I can decide who I want it with. I'll do him again.
Always solve a few more problems. So make
Ranger upgrade to a ranger station. Yep, I can do that. Then I'm going to go to my fossils. I'm going to fire up my extractions. I would sell anything that I could sell. I'm going to send off the dig team to another dig site, or in this case the same one they just came back from. And then my research I know is good because I've already maxed it out. I've got my rangers out doing their thing. And what else is there to do? Oh, then I'm going to check my, I always want to check my contracts and see if there's anything I can do. Now, of course, this ranger team scheduling upgrade on the ranger station. Let's see here. It actually turns out I've already got it. Well, let's just remove one. And we'll put it back. And there, we just finished off a task or a contract. And by the way, this is kind of typical for me. I have a reload, an accuracy, and 3 scheduling for my rangers. Same thing for my ACU. I'll try to update it with the highest reload that's available at that point in the play. It could be a 1.0, 2.0, or 3.0. Accuracy and 3 scheduling, because I want to be able to schedule multiple tasks. Because when you do have problems like a storm hits or fence breaks, animals are breaking free, all that stuff, it's good to have those extra tasks that you can just fire up. And in the case of our rangers, remember we sent him out and he did 5, and if I happen to think of it, I'll remember, oh, why don't I just add that one? Now the rangers will take care of all of them. And if I don't think of it, no big deal. Next time I get an indicator that a supply needs to be fixed, or an animal's sick or whatever, I will queue up 5 tasks for the ranger to do. And the other thing here is, of course, you get these little messages up here, the red things that tell you where you have problems. Those you want to deal with right away. So we finished off a contract. So can we open another one? Yes, we can. So we want to keep contracts going. Those contracts are great. All we have to do is make a certain income level, and we'll finish that off.
The more resources we have at our disposal, the more opportunities we have in furthering our understanding of these animals.
So anyway, that's the rhythm that I think you can get into. It's just find your own, okay? If you don't need to have a structured way of doing it, good for you, good for you. That's all I can say. If you do need something, here's a suggestion. As I said, here, let's do it one last time. Here comes first of all, I can hear it. I can hear that helicopter. I can see the helicopter. I know it's coming. But what really is going to tell me that is I'm going to get the message, go to fossils. So what am I going to do first? Check my contracts. Now, I wouldn't have even had to hit that. I saw I had 3. Oh, and one other thing about the contracts. Look at these contracts and see if you really think you can do them. Because if you've got one you really are worried about, I don't know. But here's one. I'd actually look at these 3 and say, if I release the Triceratops, it might raise my rating just enough to get the income and the profit up. So I might get a 3 for 1 here. So let's do this one. Triceratops with skin toughness. But before I do that, sorry, I'm out of order. Before I do that, make sure I've got my contracts open. Then I go to my fossils, extract, sell if appropriate, fire off another expedition, double check my research, it's all good, and then I would look to see, can I finish off any of my contracts? And let's just try releasing a Triceratops. Shoot, I forgot. With skin toughness. Okay, he's already got it. She's already got it, so let's just incubate. And before we finish that off, okay, well we did, and now we've got one of our red messages we got to deal with. So we got to get rid of that dead Edmontosaurus. It would probably be good to replace it, one that died. So we can get that started. And then we want to make sure that in our paddock, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the Triceratops will make 10 and the Edmontosaurus will make 11. We're okay because we have a limit, because we have Dracorex in there of 12 pop in that. 12 population is all we can put in there. So just make sure that you have a home for your dinosaurs. So notice what we did there. Our fossil thing came, our message came in. We checked to see that we had 3 contracts. We did our extractions. We sent the expedition team right back out, made sure we didn't have any research we needed to queue up. Then we looked at our contracts to see what we could do to resolve them. And let's just wrap this up. Let's see how we do when we get this Triceratops out there into our mix. And you can see, because we lost a dinosaur, we're not quite on our 5-star rating for dinosaurs anymore. This park was a 5.5 when we started. When we started this video, that is. Okay, here comes our Triceratops. And you can see how this flow goes. Now there we got
Ours is a
credit for the
difficult profession because,
Triceratops.
1, it didn't exist until recently, and 2, our game, or opponents, have had hundreds of millions of years to perfect their tactics on how to defeat us. Still, we keep them in check, in control, and there is none better than you at it.
And so we got that contract completed. So now we've got our message again. See how this just flows. We got our message again.
Was originally uncovered at a site in Canada. I'll let you guess where. The T-Rex thinks these are delicious, and who's to argue?
So we got our message. So now we see we can open another contract. So let's do a science contract.
The science
Doesn't
division
matter.
is always on the lookout for ways to improve our bottom line.
So that's an incubate task. So let's go out and extract and sell and send our team back out. And we know research is good. So then we check to see, can we do any of these and release 3 dinosaurs? Yeah, we can certainly do that. Let's see how we're looking on population. Actually, I'll tell you what we're going to do here, just to be able to, well, we're not going to worry about that. I think you get the idea. I don't want to beat this. Surely you get the idea by now. Get yourself a rhythm, get yourself a cue. And what I use is I kind of like Pavlov's dog. When I see that go to Fossil Center, you know, when I know that expedition helicopter is back, I know it is now time for me to go through my whole cycle, check my contracts, do the extraction and sales in the Fossil Center, send the expedition team right back out, make sure research is good, and then see if I can do any of my contracts and how can I work toward them. Or if I had a mission going, of course, I'd be working toward that mission. So hopefully you have got some ideas out of this that will help you be a more organized player. And again, if you're one of those people who doesn't need this, good for you. congratulations, you probably got this game down cold. But for the rest of us, I hope this helps you. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it adds to your enjoyment of the game, and I hope you'll join us for our next Jurassic World Evolution video. Thank you.